Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. Tonight we're returning to Factorio Mosaic, where we're going to continue building our blocks for our Mega Modules factory, which is the area sort of south of this diagonal, all of these blocks here, as well as many of the resources that are hanging out over in the western direction over here. So to start with, I wanted to go back to what we finished on. Well, we didn't finish, but we finished on in the last stream. And that was the modules block themselves. Hey, Phasian, welcome to the stream. The modules block, and of course it's dark because we've been putting lights in there, and it's dark out right now. But we talked about having either one row like this, where the level 1s, level 2s, and level 3s were all made sequentially. Or we talked about splitting it into 2 rows and having the output here curve around like this, and then having the input of red and blue circuits coming in here. I've, of course, hemmed and hawed on it for the entire 2 days since we left, and I suspect you guys all forgot about it, but if you haven't forgotten about it, or if you have any sort of last-minute thoughts here today, before we finish today, we'll head over to this block and finish this one up. Personally, I'm kind of leaning towards the 1 line per kind of thing. I think it looks vaguely neater. If you try to think about this one being curved, like coming out here, curved around, well, actually, coming out here, curved around this beacon, and then coming back this way, it just seems like that would be uglier. But let me know what you guys think as the stream goes on, and then before we end, we'll come out here and finish this one up. So what I have planned for tonight is, if you recall, we already set up green circuits, although I did not fiddle with this belt design at all anymore. I may just leave it the way that it is, I'm not sure. We did red circuits, and we did blue circuits last time. So this time we need to work on plastic, oil refining, and sulfuric acid so that we can be able to process everything we need to process to produce the modules. And then it's just a matter of duplicating this green circuit design here, 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 and half of it here. Duplicating the red circuits from here to here and blue circuits from here to here. And then whatever we do down here for plastic times 2 blocks. I did, between the streams, lay out some stations, so we didn't have to spend time doing that. And the bots built them all while we were waiting. So let's go ahead and get started on plastic. Looking at what we need for plastic. Let's see here. Is that the right one? It is the right one. Excellent. We need about 5 full belts of plastic. What I'm planning on doing is making probably about 6. Because 5 full belts is only 18.3 chemical plants. So we can definitely make a bit more and overproduce a little bit, and it won't be a problem. The other thing we have to consider is to make that 5 belts of plastic, we need 2 belts of coal. So, and remember, this is for the 2 blocks together. So we're going to cut this in half and spread it between the 2 blocks. So that's 2 belts of coal. So since we're going to bring a train of coal into each block, we can actually up to double this and not have a problem with coal. And then on the petroleum gas front, we need almost 1,700 units of petroleum gas per second to do this. So when you divide that in half, that's about 850. So we have a little bit of growth there as well. I think if we plan to do 18.3 factories for what we need at a minimum. If we plan to do like 12 in a block, that's still well within sort of limits for petroleum gas. That's 1.3 belts of coal coming in. That's 3.2 belts of plastic going out. And it's about 730 crude oil coming, sorry, not crude oil, 1,100 petroleum gas coming in. So I think that's reasonable. I'll probably end up dividing that into 2 pipes, just so that we don't have to worry about edging up against that 1,200 unit limit. But I think this is reasonable, and I think we should go ahead and set this up. So we need to do 12 chemical plants, and of course our fully beaconed... Do I have chemical plants on me? I do. I have 3 of them. Okay, let's see. Bots, bring me some. Don't need to worry about more than 10, because I'm just going to design with 2, and then we'll go from there. Let's do 2 of those, like this. Petroleum gas can just go, or can it? No, we better not do it that way. We better do it like this, I think. So that we can have inserters here, either loading the coal or unloading the plastic. And then inserters here unloading unloading the coal or the plastic. Now, since this one array is going to make 3.2 belts, we actually need to break that apart even more so that we don't max out our belts. So I think I'm going to do here is do 2 lines of 6, which is actually pretty minuscule. But we kind of need that. So let's see how this is going to work. So we'll definitely need stack inserters in and out. And if we wanted to do 6 of these, the first thing we need to do... Go ahead, bots. We'll let the other bots take care of those 3, probably. This would be... 6 of these would be a little more than 1 belt out. I can't do it like this. I need to have these closer. Need to change this. Because we need to do beacons. Yes. Do this again. These need to be here. But I need to be able to get 1.6 belts out. And with side loading, how much do 2 of these machines make? 0.6. So they make more than half a belt. 2 machines do. Which is kind of awesome. Kind of insane. Oh geez. How do I pull this one off? Well, we could definitely side... What about spacing these off just by 1? That actually makes a big difference. Because we could do this, output priority to the right. Do that here as well. So in 3 inserters, we're going to have 1 full belt. So if we do the same thing here, almost 1 full belt, about 0.9, or 3 factories rather, we'll have 0.8, which is half of what we need to output into this. So if we force these first 2 as much as possible onto the inside of the belt, and then for this one, it can go as much as it needs to on the outside of the belt, and we can simply just turn this in and underground it. Right? I think so. That makes sense? Do the same thing here. Copy, paste, paste. And then these 2 go into the train station. Let's see where we can put power poles. Let's also put some beacons down here. Just so that I can have them for positioning. Oops. Okay, right there. The problem here is, where do I put power poles? This might be a good position for substations. Substations. Ooh, this is really good for a substation. So the substation takes care of... Okay, stop the blinking. Substation takes care of the machines, the inserters, and the beacons, I could potentially just move this one, put 2 of them here instead of 1, or I could do a power pole on each end. But let's see how this is going to work out for coal here. Actually, that can stop there, I suppose. And 6 of these needed 0.8 belts of coal, so we're fine there, or 0.7 rather. So we're fine there. This doesn't need to be here. And then we need a whole new row of beacons up here. And that's the end of my beacons. And then we kind of just mirror this thing, I think, at least. Excuse me. And then you can go like this. Okay. And then I'll have to do this one by hand, I think. That, and then you, and you. Output priority, oops, left. Copy, paste, 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 paste. And then after this one, it gets tucked in and goes under to there, I think is where I stopped. Yeah. And like that. So I think here, I just need to go underground like this and like this. Oopsie. And then like this and like this. And we put power poles there and there. That covers those inserters. And same thing here and here. Paste another row of beacons out here. And something like that. We'll need to handle the outlier beacons. Oh, wait a minute. I have another thought. Does that reach far enough? It does not. Of course it doesn't. So that wouldn't work either. Otherwise, you could put one here and one here, but it won't reach these 2 middle inserters. Although, that is better overall. Let's say we put one there, one there, one there, and one there. Take these 2 out. Excuse me thing. There we go. Take these 2 out. And we leave... Well, I guess we have to go there. Yeah. And we leave those 2 power poles in. These can get replaced back with belts because we don't need to waste the undergrounds for that short of a distance. These are not connected, though. But they could be connected outside. Why did the bots pick up the rock and not the garbage on the ground? Weird. Or I could just put the other underground in there. But yeah, they're too far apart. Yeah, we'll just put the other underground back. At least it'll be symmetrical too, which is always nice to have. I'll put that back there, put that back there, and I will put this one in here just to be symmetrical. That links everything together and makes it one big module. And that is that's all we need for one block. Is 12. And that's all we can handle, really, for one block. Because 12 produces 3.2 belts. So each one of these stations will be a fuel station, a coal station, a petroleum gas station, and 2 plastic out stations in order to move that much product. And then, if you recall, each plastic station is going to be going directly to a red circuit station. So there'll be 2 trains basically constantly filling and unloading and filling and unloading all the time. It's all that time we're producing. So that's really small. I guess the alternative could have been that we could have done this in one block, sort of how we're doing green circuits, and have one here and one down here, and have a second station in here. But I'm not really bothered by that because we only need 2 anyway. I think it's probably okay just to do it this way. The green circuits, we just needed so many that doing that one any other way would be a bit of a hassle. So we'll leave that one there. And we'll go down to the oil refinery. Okay. So for oil refining, we only need 13 oil refineries. I think I may do a little bit extra, but we can't actually do too much extra. Well, let's see what it looks like. So I, of course, don't have any oil refineries on me. Nor can I make one. Because I don't have any iron on me. Or not much iron on me. So let's request some. And then I'm going to just do this via ghost method for now. So in order to do oil refining, I keep slurring that word, you actually do want to have a space. And the reason that is because of the way, actually let's put these beacons down sort of manually. The way the way the beacons work. Because the beacons have a coverage of 9 blocks. And because these oil refineries are 5, you want the space to make them effectively 6. And that means that each oil refinery is touched by 10 beacons, not the usual 8 in oh nice. With assemblers and chemical plants. Which I actually didn't plan for. But I can easily edit to accomplish. Where are we at here? There we are. So this should be, on my Kirk McDonald calculator, this should be 20 speed beacons, or 20 modules in speed beacons. I did that right there. Or did you tell me that as I was talking? I was planning to, either way. I just now noticed you said that. So that puts, and there they come. So that means that each one of these beacons, or each one of these oil refineries are touched by 5 beacons on each side. So that makes 10. So actually we don't even need the 13. We only need 10.6. So I may build 12. Obviously we're going to do advanced oil processing here. But since we have to only allow for 2 spaces here, that means that we can't get all 3 output products out on this side of the beacon. So that means that, for example, if we're going to output all of these, we need to actually go under the beacons and output on the far side. Which is perfectly fine, and you could even do that for all the products and put the beacons right up next to the refineries. But if we want a double row here, which is what we're planning on doing, then we can't do that. Because we'll want to have these 2 here like this, and then these like this. Take those out. Take this one out as well. Okay. And then we can just do the usual sort of undergrounds, linking everything together, as well as out here for the heavy oil. And it doesn't really matter. I'm trying to think if it actually matters. It doesn't matter which product is out here necessarily. It just matters as far as which one you want to deal with out here. Hey there, welcome to the stream. Is that last Ned found? Last end found? I'm guessing there. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. So I think this is generally the design we want. And then we're going to mirror this concept for the other set of, say, 6 on the other side here. And then again, beacons. And then again, this underground like this. And that'll be just the refineries themselves times 6 long. And the advantage of them of having 6 in a column here is that we can cut all the pipes in half and be able to output kind of half of the factory into one train and half the factory in the other without worrying about overflowing, especially the petroleum gas pipe, because we're going to need 1745 out. And that's more than a pipe. Let's put down some power poles here. And I can copy this. Can I copy the beacons as well? I think so. Oops. Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I think I want to cancel this call. Three, 4, oops, 5, 6. Out of pipe. And then I can just stretch these beacons out here. Okay, that's as far as they go. So I need one more here. And one more here. Right? Yes. Good. Excellent. So that's the refining part. May adjust the positioning of it, but I want to build the cracking part first. So for this entire... Let me make sure I have the right thing here. And actually, let's plan to break this out. How do I want to do this part? I want to make sure I get this calculation right. So let's say we want to get petroleum gas. I'm making 12. That's almost 2,000 units of petroleum gas per second. 2,000 would be 12.1. So it's almost 2,000. So in that case, we need to have 5 chemical plants cracking heavy oil into light, and then 18 cracking light oil into petroleum gas. So let's look at how these would work. I guess I did spend all my chemical or all my refineries there. Let's look at how these would work. So when you're cracking this, you need to have 2 inputs and 1 output. The 1 output is easy to handle. You just do a straight belt like that. But a straight belt, not like I just did. And the 2 inputs are easy as well because they can just go like this. We have beacons out here somewhere. There, I think. That works, but I like to do the first one only covering 1 corner. Doesn't really matter, I suppose. We don't need that one. We do want this one. So that's 4 beacons for each. Like that. I guess I didn't really need to be obnoxious like this. The problem here, and I just thought of this, is we can't put these chemical plants right up next to each other because of the connections to the water pipe and the heavy oil pipe. So an option here is to run one of these out. No, you'd have to run them both out, wouldn't you? Yeah, you have to run them both out. So an option is to run them both out outside of the beacons. Which means that you can't reuse the beacons for the next thing. Alternatively, we can do it like this, but we can space these three apart. As far as beacon efficiency goes, I'm not sure. We have to kind of think of which one is worse. So, for an entire row of 5 of these, let's just do that concept. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I think one more here and here. Nope, actually we don't need them. We just need those because we don't have this extra one here where the 10th spot is. So this method here allows us to reuse the beacons for the next row. So that means effectively 12 beacons here. Let's see, we wanted 18, so I could do 2 rows of 9. Let's see. How I'm trying to do the math without building the whole thing and counting. This method, if we did this method for heavy and light oil cracking, ooh, I could potentially be sneaky. I think I could be sneaky. I have another thought, but let's count these first. So this method would be 12 plus a shared line here of 9 would be something like 20. One, two, 5 plus it's 9, 10, 11, 12. So 9 would be 9 plus 8, 17, 11, yeah, 20. So the rows we would need for this would be 12 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20. That's 60, 72. If we did the tighter method, we'd have to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eight plus 12 plus 2 times 8 plus 2 times 12 plus 2 times 12. Yes, it is all about the math. I'm trying to think if that's right or if it's not right. 8 plus 8. That's 16. Oh, it could be 3 times 12. That's 36. Plus 16. It's way cheaper to do to waste the beacons. You're using fewer beacons even with that method. Unless I'm way off on the math here, which I don't think I am. You're better off positioning the chemical plants right next to each other and undergrounding under the beacons and having the double row beacons being dedicated to the product, rather than spacing them out like this and having it be a double, having basically double the amount of beacons. So the other thought that I had while I was conjuring here is, what if, now just for the sake of argument here, imagine that that these pipes are reversed, so that the water is on the outside and the heavy oil is on the inside. That would let these line up just like this and reuse. I mean, it's offset a little by one tile here, but just use your imaginations. That would let us reuse these beacons that are here for oil refining for heavy oil cracking. So that then removes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 beacons from this count. So we're down to 36. Plus 16. That's the other method, the underflow method. So that's 52. And this method was going to be 60 plus 12, which is 72 minus, or no, we don't need the 12 then, so 60. So the other method is still cheaper beacon-wise. By a few, but cheaper enough. So I think we do it. So I need to tweak these. Let's take all of these pipes out. Like that. Thank you. And then we do underground pipes out there. I had to move this whole thing because it's I built it too close. Too close to the roboport there. So we go underground the pipes there. Underground this pipe. We could go here and do... No, we can't. We need to go one more and just do a bunch of straight pipes. Like this. These all get moved. So I can cut this one. Paste it there. Paste it there. And then cut this one. That becomes the 5. I need this one, but not that one. Take those out. And then we just duplicate this piece. We don't need these. We do need these. And then this one can still be inside here. And actually, I could have made it one further out, but it doesn't matter. So technically, this could all be one closer. Because we don't need 2 spaces. Yeah, I thought about doing 12 beacon builds, but I think forcing myself to the 8 beacon build layout is just a kind of design challenge. This whole base is based on design challenges. So I thought, give myself another design challenge. Okay, so for the light oil cracking to petroleum gas, we need the same kind of thing. Only different. I'm going to take this piece here. No, I'm not. I'm going to take this piece here. And then put it out. Put it out here. And then we'll do this recipe. That's why I was selective in what I copied so that I could change the recipes. That goes there. And then we can have a pipe in here, which is why I also didn't copy this pipe. And then finally, beacons on this side. Don't have any. Perfect. That's only 5 of those. We need to have 9 in total, because I want to probably do 2 rows of 9. So let's copy these like this. And do 9. Excellent. And then copy the whole thing. Spin it around like this. Put it down there. I did not do this one, though. Let's do this one real quick. There. Perfect. And then this one goes here, and I'm too close to this roboport. Of course. But it would go there. Yep, now we're too close to this roboport. Let's move the whole thing again. Thank you, autosave. Go like there, I guess. I'm not sure exactly how I want to deal with the lateral position of it just yet. And then this whole thing goes here, and I'm purposely going to leave that pipe alone because I don't want to pick up the RoboPort. This goes there. And then we can move this one as well. You go there, you go there, you go there. And done. Okay, now we need power poles because I did not do them already. I think we can do one every other chemical plant. That does not cover this last beacon, though. And it doesn't cover the beacons on this side at all. That's not good. Let's try instead. I could move this out one more. Oh, I could put them... Never mind, I could put them here. There, there. There. That's covered. For funsies, let's put in a power pole there as they stop blinking. And then we need to do the same thing here, every other... And then we'll need a power pole out here. No. You know what? I really should have done that extra space inside the beacon. Or not. I could do it like this as well. And then take these out. Put them in. Put them in here. Okay. That one, and that one. Nope, power pole, please. Okay, so you can go out here somewhere. Yep, there. And then we need one here. Probably just like that. These are off by one tile. That one's covered, and we just need one more down here to cover that one. And I think that's our build. And we ended up with 52. 52 beacons. So now we need to deal with how the fluids are being piped and making sure that we don't overflow one of the pipes. In this scenario, light oil and petroleum gas both need 2 pipes. And crude oil is going to need 2 pipes. And water is going to need 2 pipes. The only thing that doesn't need 2 pipes is heavy oil. So let's think about that for a second here. If we wanted to have a fluid bus of some sort here, we need 1 for heavy oil, 2 for light oil, 2 for petroleum gas, 2 for crude, and 2 for water. That's a lot of pipes. So I'm probably going to have to move this stuff back behind the Roboport line. So that I can get all those pipes in here. Let's see how big they are. How big is that? Yep. That fits pretty well between this rail and the Roboport. So let's put the beacons, the front of the beacons, in line with the Roboports. I think that's probably the best place to put this. Pick all that up. Yeah, thank you, base bots. Now you're going to have to come out and build it again. But okay. And let's see here. Maybe I'll center it between-ish. About there. Build, build, build. Build, build. Build, 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 build. Do we need this one? Yes, but I will put it out here instead. Okay. And then this one. We'll line that up between, or directly with the Roboports, front of the beacons. And then, let me zoom out a little bit. That's about centered. I'm not going to worry about super accuracy, I don't think. Because it'll probably be even versus odd anyway. Okay. So that's that. This can get moved in tighter now. I think... I missed one, but that's okay. I think the spot was here. Yes, the spot was here. I'm just going to mark a couple of these just for positioning, and we'll correct them as we do it. Out of undergrounds. Only requesting 100. That probably should have been more. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to basically split everything so that it goes into the correct line. And half of each goes in, for the ones that are double, half of each goes into one line each. If that makes any sense. So if heavy oil is here, let's put light oil here. Heavy oil obviously needs to be connected properly, but I may not position it just there yet. So 2 light oil, and then 2 petroleum gas. So this comes out, I guess there, there. This one would be the petroleum gas. So basically this column of 6 goes into one set of pipes, although the heavy oil is for both, and uses one set of pipes for the water and the crude. So crude would come here. Oops. I need more pipes. Crude would come here. And water would come in. Dang it. Here. Now, where do I want to position this starting of the bus line here? If I put it there, or do I care? I don't really care. I don't think it matters. Let's just put this one like this, like that, and that'll connect those in. Okay, and then we do the same thing for this one. Water comes in on this pipe. Of course means that. Crude comes in. On this pipe. Petroleum goes out. Here. May end up having to move that one. And heavy oil or light oil comes out. Nope, that's perfect actually. Comes out there. And then heavy oil goes into the regular heavy oil. The same heavy oil pipe, I should say, not the regular one. Okay, let's grab this thing. Let's see. Oh, wait. These need to be like this. This. That. Yep. Okay. So these would normally go there. I think it makes more sense to put them... No, it's fine to go there. I'll just pick this one up. There, and I need one out there because I didn't copy it properly. Well, I on purpose didn't copy it properly, but you know what I mean. Okay, so that's that fluid bus. This can go here, which means that these actually need to get moved somewhere else. There. Ooh, that one's perfect though. There, and then we'll figure out from there where they go. And we're out of undergrounds again. Underflows again. Okay, so everything here is hooked up, I think, properly. We just need a power pole. Not to be a big one. Maybe I'll just do it like this. Why you... Oh, I did not put in power poles to handle the beacons. Okay, they're going to have to go every spot like this. Maybe I'll just line them up with the ones that are above. That's probably nicer looking, arguably speaking. Go there. We don't need them on both sides here. Makes my life marginally easier. There, so you go there. Okay. Now it stopped blinking, which is good. Okay, so heavy oil is actually stopping right here. Of course, this power pole is right in the way because naturally it is. So we don't need this pipe anymore. And I'll put this power pole just one off. It's fine. So take you out. Take you out. That's as far as heavy oil goes. Water. This water could hook up to either one. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to go ahead and hook it up to this one. It's not going to use that much water. I don't have the math on how much water it uses, but we don't need a full 2 pipes anyway. So hopefully this works out in the end. And then the light oil coming out of here, it really gets split between the two. I mean, if we're being honest with ourselves, this should technically get split evenly between the two. So I should put a tank here. Like, no. Maybe like this. Let's try that idea. And we do this one, and we do this one. And I'll wire these together. This pipe is interrupted right here. Like this, and then this one goes in like this. Wire these together like that, and whenever light oil in the tank, light oil is here, oops, is greater than, say, 1,000, it doesn't matter greatly, then they both kick on. And they kind of burst on and off. These machines create, I don't know, we'd have to work this up in order to see how much these machines are creating. But this basically would burst on and off and fill or add to each of these pipes basically evenly. May not be precisely even, but basically even. Now what I haven't decided is how many other pumps do I need over here to get the stuff moving in this direction. I don't know if we need any or not. Fluid dynamics is a little weird in this game. So for this one, we just connect up here like this, and that's the end of this pipe. This one goes away. Good. This one comes all the way down to here and ends there. This one, well, I'll connect it to the second pipe. Is it off by 1? No, 2. Bummer. Okay. There. And that's where that ends. It's pushing back this way. So this one's not needed here. Actually, it is. Actually, it is. Because it goes like this. And ends there. Technically, neither of these crude oil pipes belong anywhere down here. But I will stop there with the removing because depending on how I want to unload the train. So the water here, this first one, can connect up with this guy. Oops. And then the water on this one can connect up like this. And that makes about 2,000 petroleum gas a second. Does anyone have any thoughts about pipes elsewhere in the system? Maybe pipes right here pushing the light oil and, for that matter, the heavy oil in a southerly direction? And then also any other suggestions on pumps? I think maybe we do put these in here. And then this will just be a single pipe there. I have pumps here. Yes, I do. And then you become one of these, like that. And that just takes all of the light oil and all of the heavy oil that's coming out of these refineries and just pressurizes it down here. Gets it to force it into all these machines, basically. So we have one more block to build, and that is sulfuric acid. But that was going to be ridiculously simple, because we only need technically one sulfuric acid machine. That's only producing less than 100 per second sulfuric acid, though. So that means filling the train is going to take 500 seconds. Because it's 50,000 in 2 wagons. Actually, it's make more than 500 seconds. So I think I want to overbuild the sulfuric acid in anticipation of the fact that I want it to fill the train faster to start with. I think. Or do I care? I don't think I care, actually, because once we get everything going, if we get sulfuric acid connected relatively early on, then by the time we actually need it out here, we'll have plenty. Maybe I'll just, like, double it. Or quadruple it. Not overbuild it by a crazy amount. Let's go up to the block that I've designated for sulfuric acid. And it has a lot of trees. It has a lot of trees. Okay, turn off my nanobots. Grab this thing here. And let's do a bit of cleanup. Let's see, that's about 1,000 bots right there. Go, gadget bots. Guess I should have noticed that this was full of trees. That's about 1,000 bots there. We have over 3,000, so as long as I'm careful with how many I try and deploy at any time, we're perfectly fine. That's a lot. That's probably a lot. And that's just I overlapped a little bit, so that's just about another 1,000 right there. Still plenty left. Right about there. Then we'll get the final block of them here. Okay, that'll clear out most of it. Nice. Hey Eris, welcome to the stream. So, to make enough sulfuric acid for this part of the base, we need 1 sulfuric acid maker and 1 sulfur maker. Actually, we don't even need that many. But let's just say that I wanted to, like, quadruple this. So instead of 100 per second, we do about 400. Look at the numbers here. I'm typing numbers into Kirk McDonald here and just seeing where it works out. So if we wanted to have 2 factories making sulfuric acid, which I think these require water and output sulfuric acid, and they require... Oh, I forgot about the iron in. I think I might have taken off too many stations. No, I didn't. I didn't. Okay, good. Let's see. Actually, this is a very good number because having 2 of these is going to use exactly 1 blue belt of sulfur and 1, not even, but a part of a belt of iron. So if we did it like this, here, like this, and of course we built our beacons like this, power pole goes somewhere in here. Water goes the same way as sulfuric. This. We have stack inserters bringing in... That power pole can't go there. We have stack inserters bringing in the sulfur. I'll just put stack inserters. Who cares? Stack inserters bringing in the iron. I'll figure out the power in just a second. I'll probably just put a pole like here and here. Well, actually, let's go ahead and figure it out now. Put the poles out there. Yeah, I'll do it this way. Okay, but I'm not going to put them just yet. Because on this side of the beacons, I want to make the sulfur. And for sulfur, we're going to need 4 machines. 3.8, but we'll call it 4. I'm going to do the same concept here as we did with the cracking and underflow the petroleum gas and the water need under the beacons like this. What else do these guys need? That's it. Okay. And they need 1 belt out, so I can just do 1 space here. I think I need 2 more. Yes. 2 more. 2 more machines, 2 more beacons. Okay. So these guys will go... Players in the way. Get that player out of the way. These guys will go under like this, just like we did with the... I'm going to do it this way. The cracking, and then we just draw a line, a straight line between the pipes, and that's done. This blue belt comes out. Let's see, we do 2 here, 2 here, and in the middle here someplace we could do either, let's do this kind of shifter. Doesn't really matter. Oops, not input, output priority left. We could do the turnaround shifter here as well, but I'm going to use that one. So this forces as much as possible onto the inside of the belt, and then, which is going to be everything because this is slightly less than a blue belt actually, technically. And then it comes around like that. Okay. So for this one, we once again, I'm probably going to move this out here somewhere. But we once again have fuel coming in, petroleum gas coming in, iron coming in, and sulfuric acid going out. Or however you wanted, whichever way you wanted to do it. The iron, I guess I could take the iron up and out this way, and then have the petroleum gas coming out the bottom of whichever one it's in, and then the sulfuric acid can just go kind of almost straight in. And that means, or that makes this array basically done. I could bring it closer. I probably will bring it closer to the station. But again, like I've been saying all along, this is just kind of the planning stage of this base. Make sure I have my numbers right on this station before I sign off on it. 1 iron, 1 petroleum gas, each in 1 output station, and then obviously fuel. Yep, okay. So to end the stream, I'm going to go back over here to the modules block. So we've planned a block for each of each type, and probably between now and the next stream, I will go ahead and put these out copy every block out to where they're supposed to go, and that way everything will be staged for our for us to start mining materials and putting it out there to the and start getting this base activated next time. So, did anyone have any final thoughts on which design they like better? The full row for each array, or the half row for each array with the belt wrapped around and put into a second row for the top 2 tiers of modules? Any final thoughts? Any arguments against the single row, I guess is what I should ask, because I think that's the way that I'm leaning. If there aren't any, then I'm going to get rid of this piece here. I can also, in the meantime, put out some more power poles here. And on the other end. Do I want that one there? Or do I want it out here? I think I'll put it out here. Just for funsies. No objections or no arguments against, so I think we're going to take this piece out then. And we'll call this one ready to go. I'm not going to... what this will happen with this is I'm going to copy this whole thing and paste it here twice more. But I'm not going to do it just yet because I want to deal with positioning. Yeah, we measured this all out, so this belt here is going to be green circuits in. Let me pull up my plan here just to make sure that I have the numbers right. Right, there we are. This belt here will be green circuits in. This belt here will be red circuits in. This blue belt here will be red circuits in. This red belt will be modules out. This red belt here will be half blue circuits, half red circuits. We only need 0.2 of each. 0.2 blue belts of each, so that's 0.3 something each. So at least it's less than half either way. We need 8.75 of each. Coming in here, they get transferred out to the outer lane where these ones stop here. The modules, the level 1 modules on the red belt, on the far side of the red belt here, get switched into the inside here. So then there's enough blue circuits and red circuits on this belt for all of these machines here. And these are going to be fully speed beaconed, by the way. These machines then will pick up the red. You know what? Actually, in fact, couldn't these be... No, I guess probably not, because we're picking up 4 of them at a time. 4 of them? Yeah, 4 of them at a time. These machines here will output then their level 2 modules on the far side, picking up the level 1 modules, excuse me, from the inside. This splitter will filter off the level 2 modules onto this belt, onto the inside of this belt, and then the same thing will happen here with the level 2s being picked up, level 3s being output, and then this one here is going to pick up the level 3s until there are 200 in logistic storage. So there's plenty of belt here to handle the whole thing because we have 4 belts effectively coming through this part of the setup. So what I'll do is I'll just basically... So this is going to be enough to make the modules that we want to make... The productivity modules we want to make, which is, let's see, about 1 every 4 seconds. And then we're going to actually have 2 of these arrays for speed modules, so we make twice as many. And that'll be this block with... let's see, it'll end up being 2 full belts of green circuits. Just shy of 2 full belts of green circuits. Just over 2 full belts of red circuits. About 2.5. And then like a little over half a belt of blue circuits. For this entire, all 3 of these module sets combined. And the plan for this station is fuel, of course. And then 2 red circuit stations, 1 green circuit station, 1 blue circuit station, and we don't need an output here because the output goes into the sky. So I think that's where we're going to leave it here today. Is there anyone who would like to stream and be rated? Okay, so I'm gonna rate a random person playing Factorio. So that's where we're gonna leave it. There's going to be a little bit of a break between the streams here of Factorio Mosaic because I'm not able to stream on Saturday at all. So the next stream will be Sunday, and that'll be co-op shenanigans. I think we'll do one more stream of Raft. And then we'll go probably go back to Unrailed unless we have found something else to play. If you have suggestions for a somewhat relaxing co-op stream game, by all means, let us know. You can come to my Discord and let us know, or reach out to any one of us individually. And otherwise, Factorio Mosaic will be back next Tuesday. Let's set up this random raid. And thank you all for coming. And I'll see you on Sunday for co-op shenanigans. Or on Tuesday for Factorio Mosaic. Alright. Bye everyone. Enjoy the raid.